anyone think that like it wasn't going to be a game until it was?
I just didn't have the greatest feeling going into the game. I mean, you're down Brown. The offense has just struggled for 6 weeks. The defense is not tackling. Schemes are not set up for players to use the middle of the field. I don't know how many friends of mine were busting my chops about the Eagles offense go slants and go routes only because you used no part of the middle of the field. And I said, no, but we had the classic little screen pass being played every other down, it felt like. And you can't win games that way. You can't. I mean, there are high school coaches sitting there going, I could even defend the Eagles, and it's a reality. I mean, you guys, I feel like you beat yourselves.
Yeah, y'all are definitely on the difference.
Yeah,
that's exactly what
Jordan
happened.
Love. Credit to Jordan Love. He killed it.
Oh, he played
Oh
a
my
great
God,
game.
yeah.
Someone asked me this question. I said Jordan Love's going to have a great game, but the Packers have never faced an offense that can put up 30 or 40 points easily. And the Cowboys went up and put out 32 and then gave up 48.
Right.
So, I mean, Love balled out, what, six to seven drives were a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, some of the drives they started in their own territory because of the DAC.
Agreed.
So, I mean,
He had great touch, though. I mean, he had so much pressure on himself and so many men in his face, and he's throwing darts to the end zone. I mean,
you mean Jordan Love, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were talking about that.
Here's the stat of the
Hey,
day.
you want to hear a funny part about this whole thing is? You didn't hear one thing about a Steelers fan saying anything about how Josh Allen ran all over him.
Nah, good job, Steelers. Hey, good job, Steelers. You know what I mean? Like, yo, y'all showed up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking with TJ Watt in that game, that's a totally different game.
Don't do us like that. Don't treat us like
yo,
that.
for real. If y'all had like a B-list quarterback, like Mike Tomlin's doing it with like not good dudes.
B-listers. It's an amazing thing to be a Steelers fan and have people literally livid that he's coming back. Like, I need you to ask the Washington Commanders if they wouldn't sell their soul to Satan himself for Mike Tomlin.
Give us Tomlin. We'll take Tomlin.
I'll take Tomlin all day.
With that being said, absolutely. Let's get this show started. I brought you the SkyBoxx. I brought you Michael C's Views on Instagram. I brought you Rise Above. And now I welcome you to Epic Perspective, NFL Roundtable Playoff Edition. Welcome to Epic Perspective. You already know who it is. It's me, Michael C. So it's the light over the mic. Now let me introduce my cast. All hail the queen. She's back. Steelers fan, little bit sad, but she came back for y'all. Y'all know who it is. My Nubian queen, Dr. Jaimie Foster. What's good with you, girl?
So, hoping 24 season is better to us than the 23.
You already know.
We'll see.
You already know. Next.
But we weren't the Cowgirls or the Eagles, so I'll take it.
Next. When you walk down in his basement, it's not just a basement, it's a Dallas Cowboy shrine. I don't think he wants me to really talk about them being the 2023 NFC East champion. That don't really mean a damn thing right now. It's my guy, Dallas Cowboy Grilling, my guy, ZACK. KUMLER. What's good with you, fella?
Hey, What's the difference between 22 Eagles and 23 Cowboys? They both just ate it when they needed to.
A day.
Next. He shakes the rope. He shakes the rope like the ultimate warrior. Well, we're not buttoned up anymore.
Mm-mm.
We're going to our exit meeting. We got our tickets ready. Pick a flight. Where you want to go? Somewhere tropic? You want to go wherever you want to go? You can go overseas. But my guy came back. He's in the building. Mamba in the building. What's good with you, fella?
It's tough, man. It's what do Philly and Dallas have a lot in common right now? Loss. We have loss in common, and not to forget Jaimie, or Steelers too. Loss. So what do you do when you lose or you have loss? You grieve. That's where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm. You already know. Want to stick out the arm. You know what I'm about to say. He runs through my brains, y'all. He runs through my brains. Dallas Cowboy realist. Dallas Cowboy fan. Oh, yeah, you know he got a lot to say. My guy, Darrell T. What's good with you, fella?
I'm chilling, past 5-6 years. I'm a Penn State Sixers and Cowboys fan, so you could see how my seasons end every year. No matter the sport. Disappointment.
I already know. I can't really feel that same way myself, but I feel it this year. Believe you me. Well, hit that like and subscribe button. It's only $3.99. Tell y'all right now, you're going to hear a lot of bickering. You're going to hear a lot of griping. You're going to hear a lot of belly aching. But at the end of the day, we are avid fans, and we do still believe in our team. I don't know about the Steelers, but let's keep on anyway. So, I think I might this time going to skip the check-ins. The check-ins, we're going to see a lot of checking in. Everybody going to be checking in very soon. With that being said, I'm going to give these guys a moment, and we'll be back right after this.
Introducing W Energy Drink, the ultimate energy drink. Packed with natural ingredients and a powerful kick, W keeps you energized and focuses without the crash. Try W Energy Drink today and experience the true power of energy to www.w.gg. Click below for the discount code. Use coupon code Michael C.
All right. We're back. You already know who it is, Michael C. The source of light over the mic. Let's get this started. Well, the Eagles, they had us on a Cinderella ride. They had our foot all up in the slipper. Ding dong, 12 o'clock. You already know what happened. We turned into a pumpkin, week 12. Mamba, please tell me what happened.
We were capped, man. That's all there is to it. I mean, between the defense not showing up, and I have old men on my Facebook page saying they should have tackling school in Philadelphia. You're a professional athlete. You should know how to tackle. And at the other time, we have cornerbacks looking in at the quarterback when they're missing assignments. I mean, it was pathetic what the Eagles did. They had us all with, forget journeys, don't stop believing. It was like, start heaving the football. They couldn't even do that. I mean, it's just downright pathetic. And I mean, to be an Eagles fan today and hear the same generic BS week in, week out, whether it's Hurt saying, I take full responsibility, we as a team. No, I want to know who on the team is not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
And Howie greeting players and saying, right after the game, hugs. It's bullshit too. I mean, we need, across the NFL, fans want to see there be accountability for their players, for their teams, the general manager, whatnot. I'm not saying Sirianni should be fired. I'm not saying that at all. That's not a good look for the Eagles. After what they did to Peterson, what coach, what top-notch coach would want to come and coach the Philadelphia Eagles knowing, hey, you have 3 years, you don't get to the Super Bowl within 3, you're out.
I know that's right. Because I was watching it, and I was looking at some of the coaching decisions. And me, I think the coaching decision makes a big role. But watching that offense, it looked like I put that thing on rookie difficulty in Madden. Please
You
tell me,
know.
what did you see as an avid football fan? Take the Steelers out of it, just as
Right.
an avid fan.
Real talk, Philly would probably pay anything right now to get their coach back from the Colts. Because dude clearly was the linchpin to it all. They might get up to Arizona Cardinals too and be like, hey, can we wrap? But clearly from the offensive point of view, like they just, it's actually kind of hard. One year my Steelers, I think Ben's next to last year, we went like 11-0, and it was always shaky. And the same with the Eagles, like their 10-1 was shaky. And there was some, I guess, simmering beef with Brown and Hurts or whatever. But you wonder if the quarterback coach who became the offensive coordinator, I think his name is Johnson, like, is the moment too big for you? You know, and you want to see rising in the ranks through your coach. Like, who wants to bring an outside person? But for real, a lightweight person who I indict because he's a choker and he's been one for a while is Matt Patricia. Go ahead.
If it were you,
All right.
one word answer. I'm gonna ask you and I'm gonna ask Mamba this question. If you would have to put the blame on one person, who would you blame?
Billy Sirianni.
Right. Mamba.
Howie, because he doesn't pay for linebackers. He doesn't pay for cornerbacks. He piecemeals. He goes in the drafts looking for the playmaker on the offensive side of the ball. He'll get good offensive linemen. He'll get some good defensive linemen, but there is no stock like the Steelers have done it for years. They build their linebackers, their cornerbacks through the draft. You know, that's always been their thing. You look at it. Go back to the 70s. You know, it's linebackers and cornerbacks, and he's that stubborn. He's that, I don't know, so nonchalant, like, I'll just pick up a linebacker. You can't. You got to build linebackers. You got to build cornerbacks. You got to give them playing time. And you know what? I go with Roseman.
We sound pretty upset. We got a lot of work to do in the offseason. A lot of work to do in the offseason. Unfortunately, you might have to start at the top. Me personally, I don't want to see Nick Sirianni go. I really think they need to change the offensive and the defensive coordinator, change the scheme, and let's go from there. But when it comes down to it, we can't go from there because, again, we don't know what players we're going to have. But with that being said, we'll be back right after this. We're back. You already know who it is, Michael C. The source of light over the mic. Remember, hit that like and subscribe button. It's only $3.99. All right. So since we flipped that side of the coin, you know we have to go on the other side of the coin, on the NFC East. Back to the NFC East champs, the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, quote unquote. The expectations were high. They were set real high. But oh, did they crash. Oh, did they crash down and they crumble. What in the world happened to you guys? I'm going to start with you, Zach.
Well, the stat line goes, I think it was Micah Parsons had 0 pressures in the game. So the defense wasn't doing anything. And according to pretty much everyone, Micah Parsons is the train that runs that defense. So if Mike ain't doing it, Lawrence ain't doing it, Armstrong ain't doing it, And if they're not getting the pressures and they're only single teaming him, the cornerbacks are just getting burnt like toast. The other stat line is there were 3 coaches who coached under Dan Quinn during their Super Bowl run in Atlanta. They are 6-0 against him. Matt LaFleur is one of them, and he is 2-0 against him. So when you know the coach inside and out, you know exactly why Atlanta collapsed in that Super Bowl. You know how to get under him. You know, Dan Quinn's great because he runs a scheme and he runs it well. But the problem is people that know you well know how to beat that scheme because you got to beat it in scout team. So they just fell apart. You know, Dak turned it over when it was very, very, you know, but that defense should have held. How do you go from 15 points a game at home to 48 points to a first-year starting quarterback with no superstar weapons around him? Just good. I said this, I think, 2 weeks ago on the podcast. Good wide receiving core, but no superstars. There is no, these guys are top 2 at their position other than maybe an offensive lineman or 2.
I agree.
So they just collapsed. Straight collapse.
Daryl, you and I, we were watching the game, and I would say like less than 15 minutes after you were done with that game, you looked at me and said, well, it's basketball season now. I mean, you literally just turned it off that quick.
Sixers.
Oh, I want to know, what does this team need to do in the offseason?
Hey. You know what I mean? If I knew, I'd be emailing Jerry right now. We let Jimmy in the Ring of Honor. It supposedly lifted something. I don't know what it was. It's crazy that the Cowboys are undefeated this season, but the Packers are undefeated for their whole every time they come, bro. I haven't felt a worse playoff loss since the Romo snap, bro. All the other ones kind of made sense. Aaron Rodgers, better quarterback. Giants end up beating the undefeated Patriots. San Fran, just a better team. Bro, like big ups to Jordan Love, number 2 in the league in passing touchdowns. But like, bro, my man was torching us. Bro, Aaron Jones didn't do that 1 week in fantasy all year. Cost me a fantasy championship and a playoff berth. First year, second year wide receivers are looking like they have Marvin Harrison, Michael Irvin, and Randy Moss all on their team at the same time. Jordan Love looks like Aaron Favre. You know what I mean? Like it's just, bro. At the end of the day, like that was one of the biggest collapses I've seen. You know what I mean? That's up there with like the Sixers last year in Boston, up 84-81 game 6. Every real Sixers fan knows what happened after that. But you know what I mean? It's all good. It's like a girl rejecting you 27 times. The 28th time don't hurt as bad as the first few.
Daryl, look at that. Look at the bright side. One great thing came of this. Dan Quinn is not getting a head coaching job after that one.
Oh, yeah.
No, nobody wants that.
Yeah.
It's
Hey, Dan, we're here, bro. We're here, Dan.
Hey, Dan, we really wanted to interview you before that game. After seeing that, we were just like, oh, never mind. And Jaimie, to your point, even Cowboys fans would take Mike Tomlin right now. Let's wipe it. Let's wipe any.
Let's
staff,
go. No.
Any staff in the NFC East would
culture
take it,
change,
including the Cowboys and Eagles.
That's what the Cowboys need. Cowboys need culture change. Name me 2 NFL players outside the one that's on your head right now that has a podcast you've seen during the season. Outside of the one that everybody's thinking of.
You hear them, man. They're mourning. They're hurt. Like Mamba said, we're in grief. With that being said, we'll be back right after this. Thank you for tuning into Epic Perspective, the NFL Playoff Roundtable Edition, where we gave our epic perspective in an imperfect world. If you have any questions, thoughts, or concerns, email us at the number one SkyBoxx at gmail.com. Until next time, you already know what we do. Now, the NFL, you already know what y'all gotta do for us avid fans. You know what you gotta do. Now let's make this epic.
Hey, we're the Cowboys in the playoffs every year. We're out. Jeez.
Oh,
Hey,
Jesus.
stay.
Let's make this epic.